Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a beautiful little daisy lane bag with sprigs and linen thread and scripting, and I just love it. Uses a piece of designer series paper that's 6 by 6 inches. I went with Blackberry Bliss on this one. I'm going to go with Cherry Cobbler on this one, and I just think it's divine. I love the fact that we have this paper in every single colour that we have in our lineup. Just love it. This one's got this on one side and the scripting on the other, and it says create, share, ink, stamp, repeat, inspire. Oh, here we go. Inspire, create, share, ink, stamp, repeat, all the way across it. Just love it. And then the other one is gingham with sort of a kind of a harlequin type effect. Okay, so 6 by 6 inches, 15¼ by 15¼ centimetres. And on the side where the writing is correct, score it at 2 inches, 2¾ 4¾ 5½ inches, and in metric you're scoring at 5, 7, 12 and 14. Then turn it so that you're scoring the bottom, which means that you need to turn it to the right for the script to still be the correct way around, and score it at 3/4 inch, which is 2 centimetres. For this part here, you need a piece of cardstock in the same colour that's 2 by 3 inches, so 5 by 7½ centimetres, and score that straight in the middle at 1½, which is whatever is half of 7½, 3¾ centimetres. It's too early for maths. Okay. So let's burnish our score lines. So I'm going to do the bottom one first. So the finished dimensions, 2 inches wide, 3/4 inch deep, and 5¼ inches tall to the tallest point. A charming little box, and I took a photo at the end of June of all of my July projects, because I plan ahead and I look at what trends are coming and what things are going on, and somebody jumped and went, oh, I want to know what that daisy bag is straight away. So here it is, a month later. Like I say, I work far in advance. I work far in advance because my children are on school holidays now, and while I am a working mum, I also work for myself so that I can be off with them, I can have free time with them, and so that means fitting my work in around them, around Chrissy's shifts, and filming when they're not in the house. So yeah, school holidays, always fun times. Right, running tear and tape down here. That's the back, so I'm going to fold in my 2 sides and the back, and a bit more tear and tape on here. Let's do it the easy way, rip it off first. And then close that up. And I'm not going to do the lid just yet because I scored this in half, and then I want the delightful tag top punch. And it's got 3 widths, so you can have it the maximum of 2 inches, or you can have 1½, or you can have 1 inch. And you slide it in as far as it will go. And just double check that it's all lined up all the way round, which mine is not because I've wiggled it. There we go. Fold that over and burnish it. And now I'm going to use my liquid glue, my Tombow, on this bit. And again, find the back, and I'm lining this back up with that. Put my thumb inside because I want that to set fully before I start trying to close the box. And what I'm going to do now, one-handed, oh, that's a grubby piece of cardstock. There we go. So that, I'm going to leave that to dry because it's liquid glue and I don't want to tempt fate. And I'm bringing in Daisy Lane now. I love this set, I've used it so much. Comes with a bundle. I've done so many different projects with it and I can't stop using it. But I'm going to take this daisy here, which is the medium one, which goes with the medium daisy punch. Daisy got a little sister. It's too cute. Okay, and then I've got my cherry cobbler ink. I'm going to stamp it twice. Bring in my ever faithful Wink of Stella. Seriously, if you haven't got Wink of Stella, get it. Oh no, that's not Wink of Stella, that's a marker. Wink of Stella, and I'm going to make my colours bleed, and I'm wary now of zooming in and out because I have issues when I try and zoom out again. But you can see it's making the colour bleed, and there's this beautiful shimmer on it. And this will work on pretty much all our colours, but it works best on the darker colours. So you get a colour bleed and you get a shimmer as well. Lovely. And clean that off on a piece of paper. And then punch out your daisies. And then while I'm here, I've got my sprig punch, and I'm going to see if I can get 2 sprigs out of this bit of foil. I might not. Wish me luck. So I want one there. Oh, I can. Brilliant. I also had this as my emergency. So, start putting these all together, and I'm going to take a mini glue dot into the middle there, offset it, grab my spongy mat, which is where all my paper piercers sit, and I'm going to push really firmly right in the middle. If I move my hand at an angle, you can see it pull together, and that gives your daisy loads of elevation. I've got my frosted epoxy dots, except I've run out of frosted ones, but I like this silvery one anyway. Pop that in the middle. Now I can start pulling this together. So push gently on the sides and it will resist. It seems to want to resist at the point where your cardstock is, but you can use your fingers and run your fingers down the side and it will go down more. And that's where it's going to close. So I'm going to get my linen thread and I'm going to make 3 lengths of it that's going to go round it both ways. So that's 1, 2 lengths. Oh, it's bouncing all over the place. And there's 3. So there's my 3 lengths of linen thread. There's kinks in it. I'm just going to run my fingers down it. Okay, so all 3 lengths through this hole. And then from underneath, round and back to the top. And I'm going to tie a bow. I'm not worried where the bow is positioned at this stage. I'll fiddle with it afterwards. I just want to get the bow on while it's closed and good to go. Okay. So there's my lovely bow, and I want to move it down very slightly so it's over the hole. And then finally, I'm going to put this on and then fit my sprigs round it. Oh, I managed to stick that to the twine and I didn't want to. I wanted it onto the box. Okay, and then last one. Into there, and that is lovely. I think that is so sweet. Such a cute project. Beautiful stamp, amazing paper, divine colours. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining me. Hope to speak to you very soon. Bye.